What's going on, guys? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvice.com bringing home the bacon MLB betting video for Friday. Just like last Friday, we're going to bring you some of our favorite bets for the day. So we're going to look at pitching bets. We're going to look at hitting bets. Now, the hitting bets are not as good as like last time, but I still wanted to bring you everything. So you guys really love to see this. They seem to all of them hit. I think it was last Friday we did this, so we wanted to bring this back to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our sponsor, Outlier.Bet, which you can find them on the App Store for the iOS store, which their app is amazing, and I'm just kind of going to show it. I don't know if the lighting's going to be as good as it was the other day, but you can see that's the problem. You can't really see it, but you have everything. It's 2024. Everything's mobile, or everyone wants it to be mobile. The app is amazing. It does exactly what you need it to do right here. And they are working on an app for the Play Store, I think, early next year, so 2025. But you can still go on the mobile browser on your Android phone, and it looks just as good. It looks basically like an app there. I'm not too familiar with Android, so I can't 100% confirm, but check it out. Let us know what you thought. So they actually have two different packages, a $20 a month package or a $130 a month package, which is Pro, which gives you EV Plus boosts and everything down below here. So if you guys are interested in that, there's a link in the description to sign up. If you sign up with that link, sign up for the $20 a month, get a free 7-day free trial, go through that and purchase it for $20. Send us an email, dfshelp1@gmail.com, with your username or email that you signed up with. We're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus. On top of that, if you sign up for the $130 package, go through everything and show us proof, we're going to give you 3 months free of FTA Plus, which is FantasyTeamAdvisor.com, which is a $90 value on top of what you already get. So we're going to go over the pitchers that we like today, as long as the weather holds up. The Yankees game has already been canceled, so that's out of there. So we're kind of out of there. And now we are going to look into the top pitchers. So this is Outlier.Bet. Then I go down to the props, and then what I do is I switch it, and what we're going to be looking for are strikeouts for the pitcher. So we're going to go here. We're going to filter that. We're going to then search for these pitchers. So what we're doing, I really like Mitch Spence today. So we're going to dig in. We're going to look at his numbers. So as you can see on this, you can see, and you can do, click into it, and then you can do alt lines. So the line I want to look at is over 2.5. And we look at this. So 3+ strikeouts in those games. His last 10, he's at 100%. And last 20 does not have anything. Head to head, one time he got 3 strikeouts in this matchup here, and then 2024 he's averaging 4.43, so 14 of his starts this year, every single one he's gotten at least 3 strikeouts in here. So what we can do is, what I really like is you can go through and you can check out Outlier, you can check out the insights, then you can look at Toronto, how they have done against him. So, not a ton, just a few batters have seen him. And then you can do right-handed pitching. So how they do against right-handed pitching, and the strikeout percentage, which I really like to see here. And you want to see a lot of it. So you can see they do strike out at a pretty good clip. You should be able to get a minimum of 3. You could even tease it to go to 4 if you want. Maybe 5 if you're feeling froggy. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding this to the bet slip, which I really like is you add it to your picks. It comes down here to your bet slip. And you can check out, depending on which book you want to go on, FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, Caesars, BetMGM. You can add it there. You can change it there. And then you can click Add to Bet Slip, and it's going to send you to that sports book to sign in. So we really like to see that. I love the integration that Outlier does, that you can just send it right off to integrate to FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM, whatever sports book you have, and it gets it right to the point there. So that is number 1, Mitch Spence coming in. So it's easy. Just exit out of there, go to players, then search another one here. We look at Mikolas. Looking at his book, at his price, at his picks, going up against Kansas City. In Kansas City is what we're looking at. So you can see he has St. Louis-wise, he has not faced Kansas City this year. This is a pitcher's park that we do like to see. Then you can see the his last 10 games, 80% of the time he's gotten this. But if you want to, what I'm looking at is 3+ strikeouts here. So minus 145, you can see that in his last 10 games, 80% of the time he's gotten that. Last 20, 18 of 20, 90% of the times. Head-to-head, one time last year when he faced them. And then 2024, 91% of his starts this year, he has gotten those. And it's just a couple of, one was against Cincinnati, which they absolutely murdered him. And then one was against the Cubs, where he only got 2 and he got pulled early. So we look at this, and you can even see, you can break it down. Kansas City bats against Mikolas. No home runs, K percentage, 40. Sal Perez, 42.9. You've got Michael Garcia, 2 for 3, 2 strikeouts in that. And you can kind of see all the way down here. You can see it is up there. So looking at these odds, 3 strikeouts should not be out of the realm for him. So he will be added to my bet slip right there as the number 2 pitcher. Then we go into the next game that I want to look at, or the next player I want to look at. So go to players, search Jack Flaherty. Now this is going to be I think this is the last game of the day, so it's going to be that late night hammer. Click into it. He's got a great matchup against Pittsburgh. What I'm looking at is 6+. So the line is this is 7 here. So if you want to go alt line, you want to go over 5.5. You can look at this. Look at the insights. Look at what he's done. He has not faced Pittsburgh this year. You look at Pittsburgh against him. Not a ton of matchups, but you can look and see the strikeout percentages here. So they haven't seen a ton, but then we can look at his last games. So 8 of his last 10 games, 80%. He's hit this number. In his last 20, 85% of those. Head-to-head, he has not faced him this year, but the one time he did last year, 6 strikeouts. And then in 2024, 16 of his 19 starts, 84% of his starts this year, he has gotten at least 6 strikeouts in these games. You can see back against Oakland, did not. Against Detroit, did not. Or against Texas, did not. And then against Cleveland, did not. Got 4 there, but you can see he had a big game against his former team, had 14 strikeouts against St. Louis. So again, this is a team that he has seen in the past, being in the division with them when he was with the Cardinals. I really love the Flaherty move here. I like him in DFS today. I also like him for sports betting. So we are going to add him to our picks there as well. So another pitcher that I want to look at today that I want to get in here is Bailey Ober. So we go into Bailey Ober. We look at the over-under here. The line has moved a little bit. It's over at 5.5, but I am looking at the alt line. I am looking at over right here, or I'm looking at over 5. So 5+ strikeouts on the day for him. Going into this matchup, he is going up against Cleveland. They are a good hitting team. He has faced them before this year. Strikeouts per 9 was 9. And then if we look at the bats here, Cleveland-wise, against Bailey Ober, just the ones that have seen him, David Fry, 1 strikeout. Bo Naylor has a strikeout. Andres Jimenez a strikeout. Rocchio, Freeman, they've struck out against him. So then you go look at his last 10. Did have a bad one there, but then 9, so 8 of his last 10 he's done well. He hit that line of 5, so which would push it here. So if you can find the alt of, or let's go over 4.5, so we are looking at 5. That's kind of what we're looking at. Last 20, 14 of his last 20 games, 70% of the time. Head-to-head against this team, has not faced him faced him once this year. Did not get it. They did hit him pretty hard. He has bounced back a little bit since then, and then 67% of his games this year, he has hit this. So I'm going to take Bailey Ober over 4.5 strikeouts today. Again, all of these bets we're talking about, you can parlay them or you can single bet them. It just depends on what you want. I know a lot of people love the parlay because the odds are thousands, but the chances of hitting them are pretty damn bad. They're not good. They're not ideal. And again, we have some bets on the website under fantasyteamadvice.com that if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check everything out that we have to offer. We are here to help you DFS and sports betting wise. You can go under the MLB tab. We've got our prop bets that we like. We've got prop bets here. If you are into DFS, we have DFS baseball, football once it comes. We're not doing preseason because there's really no point. We're a month away We're under a month now. We're very excited. We've got prop bets for MMA. We've got DFS for MMA and basketball once that is back as well. So adding Bailey Ober and going to the next pitcher that I wanted to talk about that clears today. As long as the weather holds up, Zack Wheeler, got him 5+ strikeouts. So we are looking at a little bit of a, we're going to outline it here. We're going to go to over 4.5, and we're going to look at those numbers. His matchup here going up against Arizona, he's faced him once this year, had a pretty good matchup there. And then you look at Arizona bats against Zack Wheeler, they strike out. Against them, they've hit a little bit, or against right-handed pitching this year, but the strikeout rates, 22.5 for Jock. You've got 26.5 for Suarez, Carroll 15.9, Gurriel 19.5 or 19.2. So you look at these. His last 10, 8 of his last 10, 17 of his last 20. Head-to-head in this matchup here, his 4 of his 5, the last 4 straight starts he's gotten. His last 3 has gotten 8+. Again, 2 of those were last year. 1 was this year back on June 22nd. Struck out 8 of them. I like those odds there. Then you got Zack Wheeler, 19 of 22 starts this year. 86% of the time, he has gotten this number. Adding the picks, I want to add him to my bet sub. Again, you are building a parlay out here if you want, or you can single bet them once you move it over to your respective book, whether or not it's FanDuel or DraftKings. The links for FanDuel or DraftKings, if you have not signed up, are down below as well. If you sign up using one of our links, I believe DraftKings matches you up to $100. Show us that you've signed up with our link and deposited. We are going to give you 6 months free of FTA Plus. That includes, that's the entire NFL season, I think. Yeah, that's the entire NFL season. The first half of the NBA season, the rest of this MLB season. You got MMA, you got PGA. It got NASCAR as well. So, yeah, check it out. If you have not signed up with those books down below, either one of them, sign up and deposit. Show us proof you used it, and we are going to give you 6 months free. So another one I want to look at is Ronel Blanco today. Looking at his matchup here against Boston. Boston is one of the top 5. They are the 3rd most strikeout prone team this year so far, and Blanco has got some great numbers here. So you can look at they've never faced him before, which usually gives the advantage to the pitcher. But you can see Boston striking out against right-handed pitching this year. It's up there. These pitchers and these batters not doing it. So then we look at his numbers. To hit the line, we're looking at 5+. 8 of his last 10 games, he's done that. Last 20 games, 15 of 20. And he's never faced them this year. In 2024, 16 of his 21 starts, he has gotten a minimum or at least 5 strikeouts in those games. I like this matchup for him. He has a fantastic matchup. If we look at what Boston does, I've got it on the other screen, and we'll put all of this information in the Discord. So there is a Discord link down below. You can check it out. Boston strikes out 9.59 times per game on average this year. And at home, striking out 9.38 times per game. So those two numbers are obviously above 5. So if you wanted to tease this line to 6, for instance, you could look at over 5.5. You get plus 138. You get advantage number there. But his numbers do go down. You can see last 5 60%, last 10 50%. So I'm sticking with the over 4.5. That's the line I want to go with. I'm going to add that to my picks. If you want to do a parlay, that is okay with me. Then the last one here is Mitch Keller. His matchup here at LA, at the Dodgers, has not faced them this year. Dodgers have kind of been up and down this year too. Against Mitch Keller, you can see they've struck out here. Against right-handed pitching, their average is down. Their strikeouts are up. They strike out more against right-handed pitching than they do against left-handed pitching for whatever reason. His last 10 games, this one's more of a little bit lately, if you're looking at, but recency bias, it's a little bit down. But I believe the last game was rain delayed. I think Keller came out of the game early, did not pitch very much in that game. I think that's where we're at. That's why it's down on the last one. His last 20 games, 60% of the time, head-to-head, both times he's faced the Dodgers, was last year. Minimum of 7 strikeouts. And then 13 of 22 this year. So this one's more of a, if you want to make a parlay, put him in there. But he is in there for a parlay. So if you were to just look at your bet slip, you wanted to go FanDuel, you could play 6 of those 7 picks. You want to go DraftKings, you can only do 2 of 7. So the markets for DraftKings maybe not come out yet or changed, but definitely you could play this on FanDuel. 6 of the 7 players are on there for FanDuel. So that's the pitching option here. The hitting's a little bit different. Usually there's a lot of hitters that have had a lot of success. Today, there's not. But I wanted to show you some of the players. Now, everyone's going to be on Vladdy. Vladdy's, I think, has gotten a minimum of 1 hit since July 16th or something, some crazy number. But you can see, so you got Vladdy, and then props, you want to go with hits. We go hits. The problem with this one, his line is over 1.5. It is not, these are all players that have 0.5, so 1. And then you go over half a hit, add it to your picks. I don't even know. It's not even available for DraftKings right now. So his line, while it's a chance he hits 2 hits, he scares me with the number there. So that's one I'm not looking at. The first one I want to look at is Rhys Hoskins. Now, on paper, generally, I'm taking him against a lefty all the time. But in this matchup here, he's actually going up against a righty, and he's gotten 1 hit in his 10 straight games. His last 20, 80% of the time. Head-to-head, he's gotten, against this team, he's gotten 1 hit. In 2024, 64% of his games, he's gotten a hit. So I'm looking at 1 hit for him, adding to my picks. Now, again, you can do the pitching, you can do just the hit. So if we were to remove the pitchers, let's just remove the pitchers here, clear everything, and then just do hitting. And if you wanted to look at this as a parlay, that's completely fine as well. And again, if you think they have a good chance, take these batters and do over 1.5 bases. So equivalent of a double for the day. Another one that I really love, and he's just at the top. I didn't even notice that. Vinny Pasquantino, one of the top options for today. 100% of his last 10 games, he's gotten 1 hit. Last 20, 85% of the time. Head-to-head, all but 1 game. And then 2024, 77 of 112, 69% of the time, he's gotten a minimum of 1 hit. So I am adding Vinny Pasquantino to that as well. On the flip side, Devers, he is in here as well. You look at Devers, and then you look at, so we like the pitcher going against him for, obviously for the strikeout rate. But Devers has been one of the hottest hitters this year. 9 of his last 10 games, he's gotten hit. Last 20 games, 80% of the time. Head-to-head, 57%, so 4 of 7 games. 2024, 74% of the time, he's gotten a minimum of 1 hit. So I'm adding him to my picks as well. Another one is Jose Ramirez. Now, be careful, depending. He should play in both games, but there is a doubleheader today. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. But he's been one of the hottest hitters this year. Just looking at him this year, batting .282 with 30 bombs, 96 RBIs. He is added to my list. Just make sure he's going to be, probably pick the first game to be safe. I fully expect him to be in both games. So then another one I kind of want to look at in the same stratosphere, Manny Machado. Last 10 games for him, 95% of the time he's gotten a hit. So you can look at this. Last 10, 90% of the time. Last 20, 70% of the time. Head-to-head, 5 of 6 games, he's gotten a hit against them. 2024, 69% of the time. I am adding Manny Machado here to that. That is 5 picks for the day. We do have more. If you guys are curious, go to the Discord and ask. But if you were just to parlay all 5 of these into 1 hit parlay, plus 537 on FanDuel, 4 of 5 on DraftKings, plus 339, 344 on Caesars, 343 on BetMGM. So your best odds today seems to be FanDuel for both pitching and hitting. So if you found this video helpful and useful, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We will be back for more. Be on the lookout for tomorrow, DFS-wise. Saturdays are usually our best day for the video. The videos do very well. If we can get to 200 likes in tomorrow's video, I'm going to give away 2 lifetime passes instead of 1. I'm feeling generous this weekend. So yeah, that's what I've got for this video. Questions, comments, concerns, get those down below or hit us up on the Discord where we can answer for you. In the description of this video, we'll have a ton of information, ton of links for you guys to sign up with. So good luck sports betting today. And as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace.